And I'm hoping the same is going to happen over here with this anti-Semitism row, as they're calling it, with the Labour Party. Because, I saw an instance this morning, Nina. Have you been following this anti-Semitism row?
Oh yeah, yeah, I have, and yeah, Rebecca Long Bailey's being sacked, and yeah, it's hard not to, at least
So she
have a.
retweeted. She tweeted an article from the Independent. That massive right wing, that massive racist rag, the Independent. And in an article written by, was it Maxine Peake? Maxine Peake suggests. No, she just suggests this. I don't think she says it outright. It's that the America receive training from the IDF, and this is a tactic that they use in Israel. And first of all, that's factual. First of all,
Yeah,
that
you can see plenty of pictures of IDF, IOF with their
I
knee
know. People
on
keep saying it's a
Palestinian necks.
conspiracy theory that Israel do this. Here are the pictures. Look. This
Yeah.
the one picture I tweeted out was taken 2 days after George Floyd's death. It's like 2 days after his death.
Mm.
They're still doing it in Israel to unarmed Palestinians. Anyway, so she tweeted out this article, and they're calling it a conspiracy theory that they're doing this. And then I hear Piers Morgan wade in this morning, and what he said was this. Have you heard it, Nina? What he said?
I didn't this morning, no.
Piers Morgan said this. I'm going to try and get it word for word. He said that what Rebecca Long Bailey did and what Maxine Peake did is terrible, because what they're saying is, let me just get it. Rather than me trying to guess it, let me try and let me show it. Got my Twitter over your face at the moment. They can't see you on the screen. So here it is. He said that the most blatant form of anti-Semitism I can think of. That's what he said. It's the most blatant form of anti-Semitism I can think of, by saying that Jewish people are teaching America how to kneel on the necks. And he specifically said Jewish. He didn't say the IDF. He said Jewish people. So he's conflated the IDF and what the IDF do with the will of all Jews.
Yes.
That's a bit anti-Semitic, isn't it?
Yes.
So even the hero of the coronavirus in the media,
Mm.
Piers Morgan, the second it comes to him delving into this, well, let's face it, the weaponization of racism in this country, he falls flat on his face and doesn't know what he's doing, or worse, knows exactly what he's doing, and that's what they're telling him to do. In which case, well, what's the truth in this? Does the truth not matter anymore?
Do you think this is all going to sort of come to a head? It's been a long time coming, hasn't it? But what the actual showdown between, which really could have happened under Corbyn,
Should have.
if he'd sort of called them out and
Should
defended.
have.
But
Should have. If
do
he
you
should
think
have
it's
come
still
out.
going
He
to come?
should have come out straight away. And the minute they say it's anti-Semitic, just say, well, actually, no, I'm standing up for Palestinians who are Semites. By the way, yeah, Palestinians are Semites.
Yeah.
You know, if you were to look at literal Semites, most of the Jewish people in Israel hold European passports. So there's a way to argue that against. But the argument is, listen, you just look at the treatment that the Likud party and factions within the Israeli government treat Palestinian Semites. That's the very definition of anti-Semitism. I'm standing up for anti-Semitism, standing up against anti-Semitism there. How can I be an anti-Semite? You know,
Yeah.
he could have just said then, this is a trick. This is a way for them to muddy the waters. You remember the Israeli minister who came out and said, this is what we do, it's a trick. And if you want to talk about anti-Semitism, let's talk about the anti-Semitism of Palestinian Arabs. And they would have never, ever, ever asked him that question again. But he didn't.
No one's going to call out Piers Morgan, do you think?
Well, I did. From what
No,
it
I
got,
mean,
for what it matters, I did, and I'm hoping more people do.
yeah.
It's getting to the point where, at the moment, where David Baddiel is retweeting stuff to suggest that Kerry-Ann Mendoza is somehow anti-Semitic and racist, and a David Icke supporter or whatever it is. It's getting to the point where facts don't matter anymore.
No, it's we live in a. It's, you can be as creative as you like. I mean, there's different types of creativity, aren't there? There's the creativity of or the false, fabricated false narratives that come from, sort of
Propagandists.
propaganda, yeah, and right-wing Labour, the whole anti-Semitic crisis, for example. We know that if you analyse the figures, that although they're, anti-Semitism does exist, and there's a small pocket of it in the Labour Party,
Yeah.
the actual statistics were not what you would equate to a crisis. So it's all massively, exaggerated.